Unapologetic Gentlemen, episode 5. We're back again here. I just want to say rest in peace to Diego Maradona, one of the all-time great soccer players. Loved him as a player. And we're going to get right into it. We also have today a special guest, our backroom guy, playing polo in the building. Does all our marketing and filming and all that stuff. So we give him a shout out. He's going to be interacting with us today. And yeah.
What's your IG, Rafael?
At Playing Polo. Check me out.
Be here all week. Check him out at Playing Polo. All right, so I'm Gonzo, man. Episode 5 on the way.
Jolan Dunbar, you already know.
What you got for us, Rafael?
All right, so today, episode 5, we're going to get right into it. We're going to start off with a topic of parenting. And specifically around parenting, I want to talk about LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball, as we know, is the father of the 3 highly talented basketball players. One of them, the youngest son, LaMelo Ball, just got drafted 3rd to the NBA draft this past week and went to the Charlotte Hornets. So wanted to talk a little bit about parenting and should parents be, what's the right way to parent? Pushing your kids to have these professional athletic lives and all of the sacrifices and all the things that they did. What do you guys think about it?
And I wanted to ask you guys, especially because you guys went to the high level and played in the NFL. How were you guys growing up? Was it your environment? Was it your parenting? What drove you guys to,
I want to say first and foremost, no matter how pushy or into sports your parents are, if you don't want it, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So, I respect LeVar Ball in the way he did it, but at the end of the day, his kids wanted it. So even though he has a kid, who was drafted 2nd overall and another 3rd, his other son also played at UCLA and is in the D League now. So, those kids wanted it. So as much as he was pushing them, as much as he was a big part of their lives, obviously to get 3 kids to that level, you had to do a great job at parenting. People may not like his brash style. I don't know if that's because he's black. I don't know if that's because he's braggadocious, but obviously, he did a hell of a job. So whatever way you want to look at him, if you like or don't like, because his kids don't seem like they're like him at all. So, I've seen a little bit of his wife on, their TV show or whatever. She seems very mellow, very calm. They look like they got more of their mother in them and kind of that killer will that their dad kind of instilled in them. So it's a good balance. For me personally, my parents didn't really get involved in sports like that. They didn't push me to play sports. It was just more, I grew up in the projects, and that's what everyone was doing. I had 3 older brothers, and my brothers just basically told me, if you can come out here and play with us, imagine what you could do to kids at your age level. So for me, it was just an internal hunger. It didn't really have anything to do with my parents, but definitely where I was raised was conducive to my competitive fire, me wanting to be an athlete, and the fact that only athletes and drug dealers where I grew up had any money. I had a brother who sold drugs. He was always fly. So it was either that route or this route. And me, I didn't like the police. So I wasn't going the illegal route.
And I know we spoke about this before. And you say, yo, man, if you want your son to be good at sports, you say just drop him off in the hood.
Yeah, man.
I remember you told me that.
Because it's just a different level of hunger. Especially
there's a lot of people in the hood that didn't make it though.
Of course.
I would say that there's a different level though, that you and Joey might have had a different drive that made y'all maybe wake up and get out there before practice or after practice.
I think a lot of it was just luck. There were kids that were better than me.
Absolutely.
That I played with in high school. My freshman year, we had 200 kids on our team, right? Oof. And we had a whole bunch of kids playing with house arrest bracelets, all type of crazy stuff. We literally had a different running back in every game, right? And we were destroying teams. Now, think about it. We had 200 kids on our freshman team. Only 9 of us graduated high school.
Yeah.
9 of us. So, and we're still on the team. So there's so many other variables and pitfalls to, gang life, us not growing up in the best situations, getting involved with police, breaking and enterings, things like that contributed more so. And I think for me, being the youngest of 4 boys definitely helped. I was lucky in that aspect. My mom knew, as she started to get older and mature, she wasn't allowing me to go to the same schools as my brothers. I was pissed. But like in hindsight, she kind of knew and saw. So it was more so, yeah, obviously you have to have the ability, the athleticism, things like that. But a lot of it is decisions that your parents made or didn't make. And a lot of it is luck. Honestly, I don't know how Jelon feels, but there were definitely kids that I grew up with that were better athletes than me. My oldest brother was a better athlete than me. And, you know, for whatever reason, he ended up dropping out of high school and just going astray. But, like, a lot of it is luck, I think, as well.
Back to the original LeVar Ball, got nothing but respect for LeVar Ball. What he was able to do with his kids and how he was able to raise his kids, how he's raised his kids. I mean, they're not bad kids. Like, they're not bad. I don't want to call them kids because they're grown men, but they didn't grow up as bad kids. They grew up in, you know, a middle class neighborhood. They went to school. They got good grades. I'm guessing, considering 2 of them went to UCLA. They're definitely athletes. They're definitely skilled and talented. So I have no problem with LeVar Ball and the way he raised his kids. You know, the way he talks is the way he talks. He's supposed to be confident, man. Who wouldn't be confident about his kid? My daughter does the best backflips and backhand springs than any other 8-year-old in the world. All right? So you're supposed to have that kind of confidence. Back when you go back to this whole situation about, you know, us being talented and being nature versus nurture, like I didn't have any big brothers. I didn't have my mom didn't push me. My mom likes basketball. My mom barely cared about football back then. But I loved playing. I just loved playing. And when you playing in the ghetto, in the hood, everybody is skilled. So you compete every day. And that's what gets you better, the fact that you compete every day. There's no time you go out there and you're playing that you're not competing. So back to even go, my best friend in high school, LeBron, was a better talent than me. You know, Cedric Stevens is a better talent than me. These guys screwed it up in school, where that's another pitfall. Like, most of the kids who don't, from the hood, I don't know about Tyrone, how Tyrone feels about it. Most people from the hood who don't go Division I is because of their grades. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Agreed.
If they had their grades right, they had their SAT right, they'd be there. Like, outside of the nonsense, the drug dealing, the breaking and entering, all the, if they had their grades right, they'd be stealing scholarships from kids. Stealing them. It's that easy.
And that comes from multiple different things. Some of it is discipline. Some of it is your parents at home.
Yeah.
Some of it is how much do you value education? How much did your parents, or maybe some, because I had a lot of mentors outside of my parents that also were on me about school and things like that. They could tell I was a clever kid. So, you know, the school part was huge, like a big part. My dad was real big about education, but obviously, like, I have three brothers, only one of them graduated from high school. So, like, again, even if your parents value education, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate. There's just certain things that happen. I've had brothers go to prison, you know, when they were in high school and things like that. So, it's tough, but I think ultimately, like, the kid has to want it. Like, if the kid doesn't want it, like, you see, what was the guy's name?
He has to want it or just love playing.
The documentary was
Marcus Jordan.
Marinovich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, he was super talented, but, like, he didn't want it. His dad wanted it more than him, and he just ended up, like, flaming out. So
Michael Jordan's sons, they're not in the league.
Yeah. But, again, I think it's hard. That's why, like, some people will say about Steph Curry, like, oh, he had everything and he grew up. But, like, at the end of the day, it's harder to want it when you have everything. It's harder. Like, even though you have, like, even LeBron's son, Bronny, like, you could tell, like, that kid just loves playing basketball. Yeah, he has the best facilities and training and things like that. And obviously his dad's the best basketball player in the world. But, like, his other son don't play. It's not a good basketball. But, like, you have to want that. And it's harder when you have everything, because let's be honest, if Bronny doesn't do anything for the rest of his life, he's going to be rich. Fine. And his kids will probably be rich. So, like, he wants it out, like LeVar Ball was talking about on Shannon Sharp's podcast, like, because they were talking about, oh, don't you think they lost their hunger because LaMelo had a Lamborghini and this, that, and the other? But he's like, they grew up with a pool in the backyard. So the money part has nothing to do with their hunger for playing. So, like, there's the love of the game on that point. There's something to be said about that.
Bro, you have to.
There's something to be said about, because let's be honest, a lot of the people from the hood, a lot of them are playing sports to help break the cycle of poverty. So there's, like, another underlying thing, like, I want to do this for my mom. I want to be able to take care of my family. when you don't have to do that and you're still competing at the highest level, like there's a level of respect that I have for you, because when you have everything, it's much harder to be hungry. It's definitely much harder.
And Rocky, remember when the trainer told him, he said you don't want it, you're not hungry no more. He said you sit in your house with your marble floors and your robe. He's like, you're not hungry no more. You don't want it, man. You lost the hunger.
Yeah.
I think it's a difference between like a parent kind of letting their kid find kind of like what they're into and, you know, supporting that. And then saying like, yo, I played football. You going to play football. Put on these pads. Let's go hit. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think there's a big difference in that. And I feel like LeVar Ball is definitely someone who came from an athletic background, is just encouraging his kids to have that disciplined mindset.
And when you're one of the younger ones, you just want to go play with your brothers too. Like, so for me, my brothers was always outside playing. So like, it was just a natural, like, my dad didn't need to come outside. There was 4
But the younger brother's usually the best one because you're getting beat up by the older brothers, man.
Yeah.
Right?
It definitely helps you.
So LeVar Ball's up there with Archie Manning then, right?
Yeah, I think Archie Manning is the only person that could come talk to that man. And think about it, like Archie Manning, they basically they told the San Diego Chargers, we're not going to you. Can you imagine if LeVar Ball did that right now to Michael Jordan and said, Michael, nah, my son's not playing for you.
Wait, Tyrone, explain to our followers exactly what happened when Eli got drafted. Tell us about what happened there.
Well, he got drafted by the San Diego Chargers and basically told the Chargers, like, he was clearly the number 1 prospect, and he told the Chargers, I'm not going. So they ended up having to trade for
if LeVar would have done that,
Phillip Rivers, and that's how you see Phillip Rivers ended up in San Diego. Obviously, it was a good thing because Eli won 2 Super Bowls. But like in hindsight, when you think about it, now obviously we were a lot younger. I think that was what 2000 and
early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
We were a lot younger. I probably weren't paying attention to the news site, but I don't remember like people criticizing the Manning family for doing that. Because back then the Chargers organization was a shambles. So, like, but could you imagine if LeVar Ball did that? People say, oh, he's braggadocious, he's this, he's that, he's combative, blah, 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 blah. Like, I think it would be a different story.
I don't remember it, but I remember watching, I've watched clips of it. I mean, people weren't happy about it, but it also wasn't social media, so you didn't have this widespread.
Because it was almost like Archie Manning was like not manipulating, but saying, oh, we're not going there. We're going to go where we want.
Oh, no, that's exactly what he said. They had to trade. They forced the trade.
Exactly.
They forced the trade.
They were basically saying that we're going to sit out. We're not going to play. Eli's not going to play. And, I mean, the Chargers had to do what was best for them.
There's
somehow they
some
kind of
people
swapped this whole
saying that Trevor Lawrence should do that this year with the Jets.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening.
That's absurd.
What else you got for us, Blaine?
All right, so let's move on. Next subject, we want to talk about a huge, long-awaited battle on all over the internet. Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy. It's been, just to give the fans a little bit of a background, there's been a long-time feud between the two Atlanta rappers. These are like, I'd say two of the top 5 rappers in Atlanta to come out, and they finally went head-to-head playing their greatest hits, and you know, a lot of people had, you know, different views on it. What'd you guys think about it?
Wake me up when it's over. Who cares?
Yeah, I think it was an unfair fight there, man. I knew right away when they put Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane that Young Jeezy's catalog was just superior than Gucci Mane. So I already knew what the outcome was going to be, but Young Jeezy was playing chess out there while Gucci Mane was playing checkers.
I mean, for me, this is one of the few versus battles that I didn't watch just because I thought it was disrespectful to even compare their catalogs. So for me, like, I probably would have entertained watching the if it was T.I. versus Jeezy, but like people look at me crazy. But
so it should have been Gucci Mane versus who?
Gucci Mane to me is like a Lil Boosie, Yo Gotti type of level for me personally. Like, he has no business being on the stage with Jeezy other than the fact that like they did a song together once and they had beef. Like, that's the only similarities that they have.
To me, I feel like Gucci and Jeezy they appeal to 2 different audiences. Like, Lil Boosie fans don't listen to like mainstream what's on the radio music. Mm-hmm. So people that really love Gucci Mane, they might be of a different demographic or a different crowd of individual.
I think that's all trap music. They all like the same people who like Gucci, like Jeezy.
I wouldn't
have,
know,
like,
but
a very-
Boosie fans are not Future fans.
Boosie is a completely different thing. But
I think it was the way that they dropped their albums at midnight. I think it was well played by both of them.
It's marketing
from a financial,
101.
yeah, from a financial standpoint, for Young Jeezy to drop his album at midnight, for him to do the social media posts at the times that he did it, he knew that he was going to have the traffic, man, and they had record numbers on that versus.
How many million, Tyrone?
It's like 1.9 or something.
I
like
think
that.
2 million tuned in, but eventually, like I think a lot, like 9 million people like watched like posts.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
you got to remember, Young Jeezy's in his 40s. So for him to do that now and to come out with an album in the way that he planned everything out, to me that was genius.
Plus, just like his level of maturity and the way he is, like I just like him more than Gucci. Like, so I'm not even. I'm willing to admit that I'm biased. Like,
Yeah.
So you don't. Jolon doesn't like the versus battles.
I don't care.
why don't you like the versus battles?
Because I don't want to listen to
Who would you need to see?
of each artist.
Nobody, dead or
Literally.
alive, you wouldn't care about any verses.
I mean, dead or alive, that may make a difference here. Dead or alive, yeah, Biggie and Tupac. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I don't care to watch any of it. Like I don't care to watch.
somebody said Pharrell
listen
versus
to-
Kanye West. That would be dope.
No.
I
No.
don't care.
Because Kanye's musical catalog from himself is killing for real.
Yeah.
Like they could do like a production battle, but like
That'd
in
be
terms of
interesting.
like,
I
Kanye has
guess
one of the best
it would
catalogs,
have to be
period.
production.
Like,
It would have to
Kanye
be,
needs to go against Drake.
it would have to be a production versus.
Kanye needs to go against
for
Drake.
me, the only person I think that could go against Drake is Jay-Z.
You think he's
Like,
that
hit
that
for
big
hit.
time, huh?
They're the only two, like in my eyes, that like
I mean, Drake is that.
hit for
He's
hit.
that
Like
man.
He's that.
Beatles numbers. Huh?
Now, don't get me wrong. Kanye's
today's
catalog,
Michael Jackson.
Kanye's catalog is definitely up there with
Yeah.
those two, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Now, I don't count these last couple albums, but like his first about 5 was crazy.
So who the let me.
I think Kanye has more classic albums than Drake.
Who's the top 5 rappers all time? Go.
For me, Jay-Z would be 1.
Any particular order?
I'm going in order.
Okay.
Jay-Z would be 1. Biggie would be 2. Nas would be 3 for me. Tupac would be 4. Eminem would be 5.
You put Nas over Tupac? That's the first time I've heard anybody say that.
I mean, I just think those 3 people are superior lyricists to Tupac. But Tupac's music was incredible. But in terms of like raw like talent standpoint, like I just think those 3 were more talented in terms of like their pen.
I was with you on that until you said Nas over Pac. I would flip.
That's
that.
why I have my 5 and you.
No,
have yours.
but I'm saying, but I'm just giving you my opinion too now.
Like, and Eminem was a way better lyricist than Tupac, but his music doesn't resonate with me. Like, that's the only reason why Eminem is below him, because, like, Eminem's music doesn't age well. Lyrically,
it doesn't.
He's a beast, but his music just does. Like, Tupac's music, I can listen to right, like, throw Ambitions of a Rider on in my car, and I feel like it was made yesterday. So
LeBron just put a post up. He was like, I was riding in the car with my son, and I was listening to the album Ambitions of a Rider.
Bruh, crazy.
And he was like, I let the whole thing ride, and he's like, damn, my son liked it. I liked
yeah,
it.
crazy.
It's timeless.
Great, timeless.
what would you say? What you got?
Jay-Z, Big, Tupac, and then I'm gonna be completely biased. It's like Jadakiss and like rappers, New York rappers.
I mean, Jada's
Jada's my man.
Jada's in my top 10 for sure.
I think
always
the
been 100%.
top.
He's like 6 or 7.
I think my top underrated rapper is Fab, for me.
See, but we're from up north, so Fab ain't underrated
Fab
to us.
At all.
Fab's not
He just
underrated.
doesn't like-
He's not underrated.
I mean, as a
Love Fab.
whole, I think he's underrated. Like not.
I think
New York,
but not in like New York, Boston, Jersey,
Yeah.
Philly. Like nah.
We respect
We
him.
rate Fab.
Yeah.
Fab's problem is that Fab makes good mixtapes.
Yes.
Doesn't make good albums.
Yeah.
Makes bad albums.
Yeah.
But
His
also,
mixtapes is
most of
crazy,
his
though.
biggest songs are like a combination of R&B. So he doesn't have the same like
Effect.
that hood feel.
Yep.
Like he's more of like a. Obviously, like you can't compare him and Drake, but his style of music is more like towards
Poppy.
like a Drake
Popish.
And
type of.
early
But
2000
he's-
Wayne too. Crazy.
Yeah, Wayne was crazy for like he had like 3 or 4 albums.
So
in a row. It was crazy.
Wayne, I don't know if y'all know, Wayne just dropped an album last night, No Ceilings
I
3.
had no idea.
Oh, he did he?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I just listened to his other LP.
You know
that he
something?
dropped.
I did know that this morning. I found out.
I'll listen to it. I listen to everyone's
You got
album.
to, you got
But
to
I love
listen to
Wayne.
it.
He
I
just
love
dropped
Wayne.
an album, you know. I don't know if he's still locked up right now, but I know he's fighting a case right now. But
Yeah.
they
Is
Is
just
that why he
dropped
took a
an
picture
album.
with Trump? He was trying to get
Oh,
pardoned?
telling you,
Joe, you know
when I
whose
lived
album
in-
I listened to the other day?
When I lived in New Orleans, Wayne
Problem.
music.
You know whose album I
real.
listened to the
What's
other
up?
day?
Timeless.
Partisan Fontaine.
Partisan. Yo, listen.
Party.
I don't know if y'all know Partisan
I know
Fontaine. My guy. I listen to
This guy
Partisan
loves-
almost
fire.
every day.
Bro,
I listen
he's
to
fire.
Partisan.
Joey
That
put me on to
joint
him.
is
like,
fire.
maybe
I never
like
heard
2
of
or 3
him. I
years
never heard
ago.
of
him.
He's
Check-
fire.
check his
He
music
writes
out,
for
bro.
a lot of people though.
He
He
writes
writes for a lot of people.
Cardi B.
Yeah, he writes
Partisan
for a lot of people.
Fontaine is my man.
he fire.
Like I dead ass listen to his music, and I don't even listen to music.
We got
I
it.
just got a radio.
That's why he doesn't
But-
like the verses. That's
But I'm
why.
not gonna lie to you.
I don't like
the
the
only
verses.
the
It's
only
stupid.
people I'm listening to right now is Griselda. Like that's the only thing I listen
Stupid.
to right now.
I don't.
Is-
it's like listening to Mobb Deep.
Is Benny the Butcher
Benny
and
the
Conway
Butcher.
the Machine.
And-
fan. That's
and-
like in my car. All they album, like they come out with an album every 3 months.
Yeah, you guys want to know what's crazy,
crazy.
too? And I wasn't even gonna bring
Crazy.
this up. Yeah, I was at the supermarket the other day. Well, not the other day, but a few months back, and I heard 2 teenage girls talking, and there were 2 black girls, and they were in line right in front of me, and these girls said, "Kodak Black is better than J.
I don't
Cole."
want to hear that.
No, stop.
But-
Stop.
I
They
mean,
said
we're
Kodak,
in
but
Florida,
that's what
though,
these
man. We're in
but that's what
Florida,
these
though.
kids listen to.
But
though,
we're
man.
in
That's what I'm
Florida,
saying.
though.
Like,
So
that's
like
crazy.
if you from Pompano, like
Yeah.
that's you, fam. Like you can't even be mad at him. Cause I ain't gonna lie, there was a dude that told me about J. Cole, like right before he became famous, and he's from North Carolina, like that area. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, there's this dude that
Problem.
Jay-Z just signed.
He's a
blah, blah,
problem.
blah. I'm like, bro, come on, fam. Like cut it out. You got a new, but like J. Cole's fire. But you guys haven't given us your top 5 yet.
Did I tell you?
I did. I told you.
Yo.
I'm with you, but I would flip Nas and Pop.
Oh, you
Did I-
don't know Pitbull's not in there for you?
Wow, that's crazy. See, this is some racist.
Yo,
It's always let me tell
Ricky
you-
Martin?
Hey, let me tell you, man. These are the 2 most racist people I've ever met in my life.
I'm
It's
just
insane.
glad. Yo,
Check
Gonzo,
this
let me
out.
tell you, like, I've been rocking with these dudes since I was like 17. I've been Rico Suave since I was 17.
I took
I'm
over?
glad that I'm not Rico Suave anymore.
It's good. Hey, let me tell you, I'm playing polo. He's a light skinned Haitian, man. So yeah, I know.
yo, you're talking about this J. Cole stuff, right? So this is New Orleans, like 2008, 2009. I'm driving from New Orleans to Atlanta. My homegirl, Brittany Green, gives me Drake's first album. I put it in my. I put it
So
in the
Far
jet
Gone?
ride. So Far Gone. Put it in
Fire.
my. Put it in my joint. Put it in my CD player. Me and my boy Coop driving from New Orleans to Atlanta. I took the CD out, threw it out the window. I thought it was trash. Hear me out. I thought this shit was trash. Trash. I said, yo,
that's-
I'm
That's
hot.
no respect.
Yeah, hear me out.
That joint's it's not even considered an album. That joint's a classic.
That's a classic.
That successful song is crazy.
Brittany pumping this joint. Jolana is dope. Is dope. Is dope. Is dope. And he signed with Wayne. Dope. Like 45 minutes in, take the thing out, throw it out the window. Where the 8th thing I love. You ask my man Coop right now. Where the 8th thing I love. Drive all the way to Atlanta. Come 6 months later, biggest thing in the world. Love him ever since.
So far,
Listen, I don't know what I was on that day, but I just wasn't trying to hear it. I don't know if it was that old New York in me. I don't know.
Hater.
But I was not trying to hear it.
That was the-
I'm telling you a
That
true
was the
story.
economic
I'm just telling
stimulus,
you-
Jolan.
But
True
hold on,
facts, though.
what's your top 5?
My top 5, I got Hove, I got Big, and then I got Pac. I would say 4 is Nas, and then I really respect Eminem. His music doesn't personally resonate with me, but Jadakiss got the bars. But you know who I hold really close up there that people don't really got is Cassidy. Cassidy as
Battle
a lyricist,
Battle
coming from a
rapper.
Battle rapper
lyricist
for me.
perspective.
But you know what it is for Cassidy?
But nobody had
Because-
Drake though. That's crazy.
Well, because
I
I,
just
mean,
don't think
he-
We got to remember, I'm 29, so I was watching The Basement, and like nobody was.
He
I'm
messed
surprised-
with
I'm-
fire in it.
I'm
but
surprised. I'm
know
surprised
why-
you didn't have Drake
You know
though.
why I don't
on there.
have Cassidy? Because the setup punchline rap, it doesn't translate now.
battle rapper.
So like,
It's battle rapper. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It doesn't translate on the radio.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's
but
not,
when we were growing up watching Rap City and
Of
The
course,
Basement
of
and all,
course.
that was Cameron,
Of course.
all those dudes, like, you know,
Cameron to me is one of the most underrated rappers.
Cam.
super underrated.
Okay.
Killer Cam was highly underrated.
Ow.
What else you got for us, Blaine?
All right, so another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is I don't want to get back to this politic talk, but I do want to talk about this second stimulus package. A lot of Americans are waiting on it. A lot of businesses are still suffering. You know, there's like this big holdup in the government right now between the Democrats and Republicans to try to like come to an agreement to get everybody some economic relief. Businesses are suffering. People are suffering. At the end of the year, all of the rent programs that were helping people out are ending. What do you guys think about it? Is the government tripping? Do people need to just grind harder? What are businesses? What do you guys think?
Plain and simple, get the people the money. People need the money. Like when you sit here and you watch news reports and you see lines for food banks and things like that, man. That's just not normal in America. So get the people the money. People are starving. People are dealing with other issues that are, whether it's rent, whether it's financially taking care of their family. That's something that people need. And you know me, I'm always for the people.
I mean, there's countries that are giving every month since the pandemic started. They're giving money.
But what do you say to people that say we don't have the money?
We always had the money.
You just go to the Federal Reserve and just start printing it. That's what they do anyway.
Should we just go more in debt, further in debt?
No, but listen.
The last package was $2.2 trillion. But
listen. You know what the Federal Reserve does? They just print out more money.
They found 2.2 trillion.
But that devalues our money.
Our money's being devalued already, anyways, because of cryptocurrency. And I know you don't want to hear that.
That's fine. People are like starving, man. I don't care about that. People are starving.
Yeah, but I mean, some people care about it. It's not.
You guys think Biden? You guys think Biden's going to send that stimulus check ASAP?
No, he can't do anything about it.
I think that Biden, I think him getting elected, I think one of his missions is going to be to try to make that happen. But it's not even up to him.
It's not up to him.
It's not up to him. Yeah,
that's the problem.
It hasn't been. Trump wanted to give it to us. Be honest,
and they're both at fault, Republicans and Democrats. I'm sure Democrats are arguing for some stuff that,
of course,
is left field.
Nancy Pelosi's tried to throw some stuff in the
some extra
that Republicans are never going to do.
Yeah. I'm guessing, and the Republicans are doing the same. This thing is going back and forth. But guess what? Find an agreement. Get the people the money. Like this, people need money.
We going into another lockdown?
Seems like
England just went to another serious lockdown.
Let me tell you something. I think the U.S. will probably go into lockdown, but Florida's the wild fucking West out here, bro.
With a vaccine coming up, I doubt it, but it wouldn't surprise me.
When the vaccine comes out, are you taking it?
No.
You're not?
No,
I'm not taking it.
I'm not. Anybody's testing on me.
You could take it. And
I mean, I'll probably
take
it. I probably won't take the first batch, but
don't get me wrong. I'm going to eventually take it.
Yeah.
No, I'm never going to take it.
I'm not going to run up there.
I'm not a parent, but y'all getting y'all kids vaccinated?
No, my son won't get that.
It's going to be the same way as me. I'm not running to get it done.
Yeah, I'm not running to get it done because it doesn't even affect children in the same way.
Let me tell you something,
despite their immune system not being as strong as.
Listen, turmeric, ginger, lime, apple cider vinegar. I'll take a shot of that every day and go with that.
Go with it. All right, what is that?
You're a medical professional now?
Is that like a Nicaraguan?
Where do you find that? I wasn't gonna say that. But what do you
I mean, he's Nicaraguan.
I get it, but where do you find that?
Maybe his grandmother or someone.
Did abuela do that?
Listen, man. That helps boost your immune system. And that's all I need.
What is it again? Say that again. Send it in.
That's all I need.
So send it for our users.
Turmeric. Go on YouTube and watch it again.
No, send it. I mean, tell our users.
It's turmeric, ginger, apple cider vinegar, and lime.
How does it taste?
I don't even know what
sounds disgusting.
Turmeric, it's a spice.
Sounds disgusting.
Put a little cayenne pepper in there too, bro.
Listen, and a little bit of cayenne pepper, bro.
You know something? Put some tessin on it, like black people would do. Just put some tessin on it.
There you go.
Let it get in your bones.
There you go.
What is that? I'm not black. What's that?
Robitussin.
Robitussin. Y'all take Robitussin for everything?
Yeah, what black people do?
That's
got a
crazy.
fraction on your own.
We do vapor rub. We do vapor rub for everything.
Oh man. All right, y'all. So we want to go a little bit to the ladies right now. We want to show some love to the ladies. We want to talk a little bit about relationships. We want to talk about relationships right now and around cheating. Cheating is, it's something across the board. I
think we got to leave that topic to when we have someone that can.
Y'all want to.
Yeah, I think we got to leave that for.
We can just give the men. We can just give the men's side right now.
What do y'all think? I think we need to have the ladies have someone to defend them here.
Wait, I mean, who says I'm not going to defend the ladies?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a married man. I have no problem defending the ladies.
All right, so go ahead. Finish the question.
All right, so basically, I mean, we got this from one of our. This is from one of our followers. So we got to give the people what they want. So one of our followers, our Instagram followers, asked us, I'm guessing she's a lady, because she asked us, why do men cheat?
I mean, that's
pure
why do
ignorance.
people cheat? I think, why do people cheat?
Pure ignorance.
Why do people? Because men and women cheat. We were having this discussion before, and it's crazy because they didn't agree with me, and you guys will get their opinions right now. But I think it's both bad when anybody cheats, but I think it's worse when a woman cheats. I do. I really do.
That's
because
sexist.
Whatever
That's
you want,
sexist.
whatever you want to call it, because
because women are more emotionally
because
connected.
yes,
than
because a woman, it takes more emotion, and it's more from a mental side of it for them to cheat, and they have to be connected with somebody. I think with guys,
That's an assumption because some women cheat and have no connection. So that's an assumption.
But listen, man, I just feel like it's more emotional versus physical. That's my opinion on it.
Man, no, all cheating is the same.
The question is why though? Why do men cheat? Why do you think men cheat?
Why do people? I would say.
No.
But you just told me that it's different for men and women. So why do
come
men
on,
cheat?
Yeah.
son. Answer the question, son.
Don't
Bro,
flip-flop.
I think it would have to be at a point to where somebody's just not getting what they want, whether it's from a physical standpoint, whether it's from a mental
So
standpoint.
you mean to tell me you don't know of a man that's cheated
That's
on a
not
woman that was getting everything in the relationship that you could possibly need, but just cheated because they cheated?
I mean, I don't know.
Listen,
I really don't know.
Listen, we're not a smart species. Let's just call it what it is.
Boom.
We're not a smart species, man. We do stupid shit.
So dudes be
We
thinking
do
what they
stupid
dig.
shit,
That's
man.
why.
Thank you. We do stupid shit. That's
So that's
just
an
plain and
excuse,
simple.
though.
That's not an excuse.
That's an
It's
excuse.
not
The
an
answer
excuse. I would not give you an excuse.
is, ladies, there is no answer.
There's no answer.
There's no,
Stupid shit.
every man cheats for
Stupid
different
shit.
reasons. Everyone's different.
For
I
the
definitely
most part,
think
it's
that
stupid.
if you're with a man who also doesn't have a problem getting women, the likelihood, if they're not disciplined, of them cheating is higher. Because it's definitely easier.
So you're saying ugly people don't cheat?
Well, it's definitely because when people compare
what he's
people who are
saying. That's what he's
cheating,
saying.
right?
Sounds good.
It's much easier for a man not to chase women, but when a man's being pursued, it's a little bit harder. From a discipline standpoint, right? I feel like for a man, it's much easier to be disciplined in the sense where they're not going to go shoot their shot and go be reckless and talk. But like if you have women that are chasing and pursuing you, it's a little bit different. That's why I also feel like men who have a little bit more money or fame and notoriety, when women are chasing them, they fall. Like if you look at someone like Kevin Hart, like let's be honest, he probably wasn't getting girls when he was younger. So when he got all this money and got famous, like and women was chasing him and he wasn't used to it, right? He didn't know what to do with himself. Let's be honest. He probably didn't know
So
what to do with himself.
what percentage of professional athletes would you guys say cheat?
I don't know about all, but football,
Coming from two professional
football, I
athletes.
would say
High percentage?
it's got to be in the 80s.
It's opportunity. Like how many times do you put yourself in a position? To
There's a
have
lot
the
of opportunity for these guys.
There's a lot of opportunity, but it's about you putting yourself in a position to have the opportunity. There's a one point in time that I cheated on almost everybody, and that was literally because I just continued to put myself in positions to be.
The thing is,
unfaithful.
Joey,
Because you
the
were
thing is-
a
I played with
professional
this
athlete.
an
guy,
asshole.
Alex Lewis. Shout out to Alex Lewis.
Nah, dude, you're not out here
who
snitching on
was-
people, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like he was
I had to back up.
super religious, super disciplined, like to the point where like we would be at a restaurant and we have a good looking waitress and he would just keep his eyes down at his thing and we'd be like, hey, Alex,
That's
what's
how I
wrong?
am. That's how I
and
am.
he would be like, man, I got everything I need at home. Like would never go out,
Yeah.
would never like he just had a different level of discipline. Even though there was chicks trying to get at him, shoot their shot, like he wasn't having it.
It's that.
Then-
So upbringing can be a lot of.
Then I've played with guys
be a
who,
part of it too, then. I
think so.
I played with guys who sent their wives and kids on vacation, and they thought they were great husbands, but they were flying in their girlfriends. So it just depends.
Yeah.
It's
It's
So,
opportunity.
what,
How many times do you create
what guys were that? Who was that?
nah, come on.
the thing is,
Don't be silly.
the thing is, I would say professional athletes.
Brittany, that was not me.
Look at-
It's not me.
That was not me either.
That was not me.
I was never a professional athlete.
The level of professional athletes, their opportunity level, I would say, is significantly higher. I would say like a guy like Jolan, when he used to play for New Orleans, if he went to a Whole Foods with his New Orleans Saints under his New Orleans Saints dry fit T-shirt, walking down an aisle, looking like the way he did it in the shape he was at that time, there's a really
But
high chance that there's
don't
going to be a
even-
female at Whole Foods.
You don't
that-
even need the shirt.
You don't
You don't even need it.
I was at
But-
Food and Wine Festival. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, right? And I mean, obviously, I had been done playing football for a decade, right? And this woman ran up to me with her 2 kids, and she tried to tell me I played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, if I
like
played-
my wife can tell you about the story. Like, I was like, no, I don't. Like, she was mad. She thought I was lying and didn't want to sign her kids' shirts.
You should have just signed him. You should just signed him.
No, I don't play for the Tampa. What's my name?
You should have just signed him. You should have just put Tyrone Pruitt on
I
it,
can
man.
think about like when the whole Tiger Woods thing happened. Like Tiger Woods literally was one of the richest athlete in the world and one of the most famous people on earth. Can you imagine the level and the amount of women that were chasing this man?
Can't go anywhere.
Like when people, my husband, my dad would have never done what Tiger. Your dad didn't have the opportunity to do what Tiger Woods did.
Exactly.
So don't compare it.
Damn right.
Man got a private jet.
Yep.
Like there's levels, fam. So like when you're in that level, if you're not disciplined,
He walks in a room.
it's gonna get you.
Everyone
It's gonna
knows
get
this
you.
is-
It's gonna get you. So
it's opportunity, man. And
So what about with women,
you can
though?
Do that, you're fine.
what about
Well,
them?
where's their
I
like
think
they
it's
get chased all
opportunity.
the time, but they
I
get
think
chased all the
it's-
time
They
though.
do.
It's opportunity.
They do.
Yes,
I think
but
they get chased all the
it's
time,
one
though.
thing for a female to like look through their DMs and entertain them, you know, and then for a woman that doesn't even act like
women,
they exist.
Women get more opportunity than men do.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Even the ones that are attractive.
So what makes so the women are more disciplined than men? That's what
For
you're saying.
most
I
part.
believe so. Yeah,
Right.
I definitely
most
believe
part.
so.
I agree.
Because also there's a societal stigma. Like if back in the days, if we was all hitting a whole bunch of chicks, we be pounding each other, giving each other five. Like when a woman is more promiscuous, they don't even like to tell their best friends that they slept with so and so the first night or did that. Like meanwhile, we're high fiving each other, but society tells them. That's why Amber Rose did the whole slut walk thing. Yeah. No, I don't necessarily agree with it, but like the whole.
Why don't you agree with that? I agree with
I don't even know what that is. What is that? What is that though? I don't even know what that is.
I just didn't like the name of it.
Okay, you know.
But what is that? What is that?
It basically, but the name is supposed to.
It was like basically
it's shock value. The name is shock value.
The name is shock value. It's
The name is shock
basically
value.
an awareness
for women to
be
who they are,
equal rights
of not carry any.
Yeah.
Oh, so like to be like
about like sexuality,
to be catching
Like,
bodies and be proud about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
which for me, I don't have any problem with. Like I'm never gonna call a chick a slut or a hoe, whatever that is. Like you want to do you like when you're a grown woman, I'm assuming that you're hooking up with someone anyway. So like,
So, but why is that? Why is it when a guy
childish.
when a guy sleeps with 10 women, he's cool as fuck? But
because
when
society just also
a woman sleeps with 10 men, and it's-
men are judged also on their sexual prowess, right? So how many times have you heard a guy just say like, "Oh yeah, like I had sex where it was trash"? You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Like women, I feel like expect a man to be capable of doing something. So it's just different. It's just different.
Cool. Real quick, I got a hot take for you guys. I need a real quick answer. Gonzo, go first. Roy Jones, Mike Tyson tonight. Who you got?
Tyson all the way. Tyson's gonna take his head off, man. Like I feel bad for Roy Jones,
I got Tyson.
Why?
Roy Jones must need money.
Why are they fighting?
which is crazy because they're in their
Roy Jones
50s.
50 years old.
Roy Jones-
In their
Roy
50s, right?
Listen, Roy
You
Jones,
saw their weigh-ins, Joey?
I saw it.
That shit looked disgusting. I love both of them.
Hey,
I have a
for
really good
54-year-old men, they was in pretty good shape.
Oh,
I ain't
my
gonna
For
lie.
real.
No,
It's just,
no.
We're just used
54
to seeing people at the peak of their
a
powers in a weighing
54-year-old
field,
man in shape is Herschel Walker when he
No,
was doing
no,
it.
that's a 50-some-year-old man that looks like a phenom.
That's in shape,
That's
though.
not in
That's
shape.
in shape.
That's like
That's in shape.
He looks
This-
like he's 20.
This
Like,
looks
that's-
like they still had a 20. They had a pack of a 6-pack of Coronas before they got on it. This shit looks like that Herschel Walker looked like he's in shape, and he's 50-something years old. These boys,
Herschel
these
Walker
boys,
look like he could go through basic training right now.
okay,
That's
but
different.
these boys had
That's
boys
crazy.
had a 6-pack.
Crazy.
These boys still eat. These boys still eating good.
So wait, how many
This is
rounds are they
good.
fighting? By the way, anybody know? You know how many
No
rounds?
clue.
No, it's all.
You know how many
farce,
rounds?
man.
No, it's
It's like
being
some
pu-
special rules to it.
It is.
Yeah.
There's some special rules.
They're
It's
gonna
I
have
heard they
are they
can't
gonna have
knock each other
headgear?
out.
Are they gonna have headgear on?
They can't knock each other out, I heard.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I think it was being put on by Triller or something
Listen.
like that.
Are they gonna have headgear on?
Roy
don't
Jones
think
called
so.
Mike Tyson and said, "Listen, bro, I need to borrow some money."
Nah,
Mike
bro.
Tyson said,
Yo,
bro,
you being rude.
Mike Tyson said,
You being
"Listen,
rude.
I know I got this cannabis thing shaking over here, but
You
I'm
being
not about to
rude,
just
man.
give you money. You can earn some money.
You being rude.
Now I'll fight you, and we'll do some stuff so you can get some bread."
This
That's what I
man-
think happened.
Yo,
Mike
this-
Tyson was being a good friend.
Speaking
On a
of
hot
cannabis,
mic, he calling Roy Jones bro.
Mike
On a
Tyson
hot
being a
mic.
good friend.
Yeah.
On a hot mic, he
Ty-
calling Roy bro.
Roy Jones should have called up Money Mayweather and said, "Yo, loan me a couple mil, fam." Like,
throw me a
Hot
bag,
mic,
fam.
He's
So
calling.
what are we doing?
He's
It's
calling
crazy.
Roy bro. What's wrong?
Yo,
with
I
this
want
dude,
to
bro?
take this cannabis conversation to. I recently read this from the election kind of talks. So Oregon, in the state of Oregon, cocaine usage
Yeah.
has been decriminalized.
Is it meth?
Yeah,
meth
but-
too, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
decriminalizing
all of it.
decriminalizing the sense of use. use, not like drug trafficking and things like that. Like,
No, we're not. No, but you getting pulled over with a baggie coming from the party, you can't get locked up anymore.
but we know why they're doing that, because opioids and heroin and meth and all that is a major problem
in white
the
America,
suburban and white communities, right?
Okay, listen.
And they don't want to treat these people the way they treated
During
our people
during the crack
during the
pandemic.
crack era,
During the crack pandemic.
right, in the 80s.
That's exactly what this is.
So they legalized
And if
it.
y'all want to know about that, there's a great show called Snowfall. Watch it.
So they legalized
the
it.
Reagan era, where say
war
no
on
to drugs, war on drugs, all this nonsense. Because my dad's an addiction counselor, right? And in Massachusetts, he actually just retired, but in Massachusetts, and it's a major problem. So they're trying to decriminalize it to keep all these white men out of jail.
Instead of giving them mandatory minimums,
That's the reason. That's the
This
reason.
is hilarious, man.
That's the reason.
This is systematic racism.
It's not that I don't agree
so
with what they're
basically what
doing.
you're saying, this is the opposite of the 94 crime bill
This is
for black
systematic
people.
racism.
Exactly. It's not that I don't agree with what they're doing. I'm just salted that all these black people lost their fathers.
Yes,
and
cut families, split up
and
families.
split up, because everyone's about the nuclear family and all this.
Yep.
When in the 80s, they destroyed black
Destroyed
black men. That's when like criminalization was what ended up going to the all time. So like, I don't disagree with what they're doing.
No.
I believe they should
It's the right thing to do.
decriminalize those type of things. But like, bro, we know why they're doing it, man.
It's the right thing to do. Like,
They hit us with the okie doke.
That's crazy.
Also, like, in terms of cannabis as well, I want to shout out Calvin Johnson, an old teammate of mine. He just had a whole interview and was talking about how he used to smoke weed every day.
Wow.
I'm not mad at that.
Every day.
So yeah, so
He
trip me
smoked
out.
weed every day.
Really?
Something I knew that I never
This
wanted
is-
to speak about.
this is
but
what-
since
But he came out with it.
Since he came out with it,
Let me tell
I
you.
mean,
what the,
I was there.
Let me
I
tell you
saw
what the
it. And I'm not a
league
smoker.
is.
I can say it now too.
let me tell you what the
Yeah,
league
I
is.
saw it.
Because you've smoked
I was
with him
there.
before. Yeah.
I smoked with him.
The league
We
is
played
a joke.
FIFA.
So the league is a joke here, right? So the NFL, they give you one street drug test a year, and they give you the rest of your drug tests are all performance enhancing.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when your street drug coming. Your street drug comes.
May.
No,
Nah,
not
it's
in
Mar-
May.
You know when it's
Street
coming, so you know when to
could be
clean up.
March through August. I
March
think.
through August.
March
March
through
through August. So from March through August, you basically got to stop doing street drugs, right? Yeah, and literally, this is what you do. Drug people come. What kind of test is this? Street drug. Boom. You know, after that point, I can get high.
You can get high.
I can get high from this point on till next year.
Till next year,
Till next
okay.
season. And this is
You
what they
sound
do.
like
This
you
is
were-
why
you
this-
were- you were
Nah,
hitting
I
Mary
don't
Jane.
smoke.
He's not a smoker.
I don't smoke.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. But you
We
would
were
see,
two of the few people that weren't
I don't
smokers
smoke.
even in college.
I
too.
probably smoked 5 times in my entire life. I don't smoke, but like this is how big of a joke. And they know you smoking weed. They ain't tripping off you smoking weed. They just don't want they don't want the shield
They
to
don't
look
want it
bad.
to be public.
They don't want the shield to look
Listen.
bad. So they give you one test. If you pass that test, we good. You get knocked for that test.
They gonna
It's
be-
trouble.
They put
It's
you
not
under
it.
the radar.
They put you on the radar. Now you got to test every month.
Yeah, you get
And you got
random
one
judges.
random
That-
test every
That's what
month.
ruined Josh Gordon.
That's
Josh
what ruins your
Josh
career.
Gordon was smoking just as much weed as
That's
Calvin
what
Johnson.
ruins your career.
The difference
You can't-
was
you can't
Calvin
fail.
Johnson was disciplined enough
Can't fail
to stop
personally.
smoking in March or right before March until he got his test.
Until you
done.
get tested.
So
a
Josh
joke.
Gordon just lacked a little bit of discipline, but he was
a
smoking.
joke.
Like when I was in Detroit, we still had my rookie year. We still had double sessions, right? They don't have double sessions anymore. In between practices, dudes was hotboxing in their car.
Absolutely.
How many
That's crazy.
how many players on an NFL roster? 52, 53?
On an active roster, 50 something, but before that, 53. Before that in training camp, it's like 90.
So I want to ask you this: out of the 53 active roster, let's see, that's what I'm asking. What percentage?
75%.
A lot.
What percentage?
It's a lot.
A lot.
It's a lot. I
More
would,
than
I would say,
don't. More people smoke
more
than
people
don't.
smoke.
I wouldn't say everyone smokes every
More people
day,
smoke
but I
than
would
don't.
say people who are casual smokers, at least 50%.
Yeah.
I would say,
More
yeah.
people smoke than
Casual
don't.
smokers for sure.
And look, it's-
So, but also Calvin Johnson talked about how the crazy thing was you could go get a Vicodin or whatever and pop pills like nothing. The reason why he talked about how because remember, he actually said at the combine that he smoked weed and everyone was like, oh my God, this is going to mess up his draft status. Obviously it didn't. He went second. But he was talking about how in the league, he really started smoking every day because it allowed him to stop taking Vicodin and all that. Like it was helping him.
Bro, they give you that stuff.
from getting addicted to pharmaceutical drugs.
Yes,
They
but
give
it was
you that-
it was helping him with the pain. It was helping him
Which
sleep.
they could get in 2 seconds.
And back then, so it's different now. But back then, when I first got in the league, man, you could get prescription drugs every day.
That's crazy.
Like when you would go get,
and you
would
get
go
addicted to that shit.
From
you get
like
what do we
facilities?
call it?
From-
Brett
Nah,
Favre got
from your
addicted to
facilities,
Vicodin.
son. For beginning to get like Sunday mornings when you have your game, like game days, Sunday mornings, there would be a line
outside of the doctor's office to get your shot, your Toradol shot. A line, like 20 people.
What is that, by the way? What is that?
It's a
It's a painkiller. No,
Damn, you guys were that
no
fucking
questions
Yeah,
asked.
but
son.
like if
No
your
questions
shoulder
asked.
was messed up,
No questions asked.
Shot.
Yo, doc,
Toradol.
doc, I need my shot. Like you ain't even. I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you my arm hurt.
Boom,
Doc,
shot.
I need my shot. Drop your pants. Boom. We good. We out.
and you become dependent on it.
We out.
Even like just I remember when I was in college, I used to take this drug called naproxen, which is like an anti-inflammatory. I took it every day, just so my knees wouldn't swell up.
And
Took it every day.
Before we change topics,
I wasn't
too.
addicted to it like in terms of like the way you think of addiction, but I was addicted to it in the sense that like it kept my knees from swelling.
That's crazy.
You need this crap, man.
Before we
Pop
change the
that shit out.
topic, let me ask you guys this though: Calvin Johnson, first ballot.
In my mind, he's one of the best.
Absolutely.
Fact.
I don't know if he'll be.
I think he will be because I saw the semifinalists. The only person, there's two people that I look at. I seen like an ESPN article where they said he has the second best chance of going in after Peyton Manning. The only people that have had better careers than him that's on the list are Peyton Manning and Charles Woodson. So like I can't remember what the number. How many people go in? Is it a specific number?
I can't remember.
He
I
retired.
think
He
it's a
retired at
specific-
31, right? I think it was like 31,
something like
32,
that.
something
I
like
think
that,
so.
right? Like Barry, like he was
I
around
think
Barry
so. He
Sanders.
played 9 years. Barry played 10. He played 9.
So
Played 9 seasons.
listen, I think he doesn't have like those numbers. We talked about this, and I don't think he really has those crazy career numbers that some of those Jerry Rice's, Randy Moss.
I mean, he does
obviously,
have crazy career numbers apart from
There's still
three
people
or
on
four.
that.
because they
Still like
played.
Torrey Holt
No,
on
but
that
I'm saying,
thing.
but let me
Isaac Bruce on that thing.
but look, let me finish
Isaac
my
Bruce
point
got
though.
it. Torrey
Isaac
Holt,
Bruce.
It's
Reggie
because of the
Wayne.
longevity of their careers, obviously. Because this man, I in my lifetime, I've never seen a wide receiver get double teamed on the line as much as that man did.
Nah,
but
he was
is
an instant
insane.
double team in the red zone. Yeah, he was special. He was special. Like again, for me,
Megatron.
the numbers are one thing, but again, the numbers there's context because of the errors. The numbers are gonna be different, right? I always say like Matthew Stafford's numbers are gonna be better than Joe Montana's, but like they're not in the same class. So like there's context to like even a Julio Jones isn't gonna have the type of touchdown numbers that like a Chris Carter's gonna have, but like we know that this man was being double teamed regularly. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like Calvin Johnson had 1,900 yards in a season with a terrible team on a terrible
That's insane.
team. On a terrible team.
That's
so,
not insane. When you've seen that motherfucker play, that's not insane. That motherfucker was. He was a headache.
Polo, you got anything
He was
else for
an
us?
animal.
It was a headache.
What's a wrap for us?
Let's see. Let's go to our followers. Let's see if they got any last minute things for us here.
by the way, yeah, CJ, good luck, man. I hope you get that call, man. You deserve it. Most humble superstar I've ever met, man. Most
Listen, man.
humble superstar I've ever
I
met.
played against you a couple times. You was hell, bro. You were hell, bro.
Problem was 6'5", 2 something.
It's two-
Ran a 4. What
235,
ran a
240,
like
ran
a 4.2, 4.3.
He ran a 4.3, yeah.
Yeah,
Had a 42-inch vertical.
Come
Dude
on,
was
man.
killers.
Hey, listen. To me, that's one of the top NFL nicknames, by the way. Megatron. That's
yeah.
that's crazy.
I think Roy Williams gave him that nickname.
We
Another
double-
wide receiver.
we double teamed you in our playoff. A single high vice.
Cool dude off the
Got
field
after that.
too. I knew him off the field. Real cool guy, down to earth. One of the fellas, you know.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. I it's gonna be interesting because he doesn't have a good relationship with the Detroit Lions because they made him pay back money when he retired. So I wonder if you have to go in with a team, huh? In the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, of course. You got to go in the Lions. You only play for the Lions.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but could they put him in like as just like an NFL? Because he's, I don't know. He doesn't have a good relationship with them right now.
That doesn't. I mean, they'll mend that relationship at some point in time. Just like
Ain't gonna mend
they
it.
mended
Ain't
with
gonna mend the
Mary.
millions of dollars. that
I
they made.
wouldn't have a good
They
relationship.
didn't make
either,
Barry
though.
pay back money though. They made him pay back
But
money.
but I mean, Megatron. It's like, come on, son. They gave you a big deal. What do you think
Also,
this is?
Megatron has a cannabis company called Primitive.
Primitive. Okay.
Primitive. I believe him and his wife are running the company, but definitely go check that out.
Shout out to Primitive, man. Tell him we need a care package.
So we good playing Polo? Any other questions?
Yeah,
Or
I
we good?
mean, only other thing I see here, I don't know if y'all want to touch it, but I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but Tory Lanez was in trial and pleaded not guilty to
Shooting Meg the Stallion.
shooting Meg the Stallion.
This whole story is crazy.
I want to know. There's been
Yo,
so
I
much
wanna
back
know
and
the
forth.
facts.
I don't know enough to even speak
Because I
on
feel
this. So
like
I'm
she
gonna
came out
be a
and said
stand.
that he didn't shoot her, and then someone
Yeah.
said he did shoot her. Like, This is crazy.
Initially, she said he didn't shoot her. I think she was just trying to cover up for him.
Correct.
Were they dating?
Nah,
They were dating.
Were they dating?
They were dating. So here's the
shit, I
thing,
didn't know
Joey.
they were dating. I knew they were at a
actually
party.
know somebody that knows them very personally
knew they were
who
at a party.
informed me that she's been around them multiple times where Meg Thee Stallion, like, she gets drunk. She drinks a lot and she acts really rowdy and like really disrespectful to Tory.
She big as hell. She beat his ass.
Yeah. So apparently, from
Goddamn
what I
Meg.
heard, was Tory was kind of flirting with Kylie Jenner at a party, and she got a little upset at it.
Not mad at him.
Felt some.
not mad at him
I ain't
at
mad
all.
at him
Not
either.
mad at him.
And she got a
I
bill
do.
too.
I do like Meg.
She
Not
felt the
mad
type
at
of
him.
way, and she started to roast him, like, you know.
Yo,
For real.
No lie. He can't pop.
You can't
her,
pop
You
her,
can't pop her, bro. I don't care what's going
Like,
on.
you can't even
I don't care
hit her,
how that-
let
You
alone
can't hit
pop
her.
her.
You
Like,
can't
that's
pop
can't
her.
do any of that.
You can't do that. You got a little beef. Y'all got a little beef.
If he
You argue
popped
it
her,
out,
bro, he
get
need
out.
to- he need
If
to
he
go to
popped her, he
jail
need to
for
go to
that,
jail on everything I love.
But
Now,
then-
and I big up for Meg for trying to back him up and all that good stuff. But homegirl, like, listen, man, if he popped you, just tell the truth.
Man's pled
truth.
guilty. Man's dropped an
Tell the
album
truth, son. Tell the
about
truth.
his
And he
innocence.
being like disrespectful
He
about the whole
pled
shit.
not guilty.
Tell the
He
truth.
pled not guilty,
Yeah.
and then and he recently dropped an album.
I mean, if he's smart, he gonna plead not
But
guilty.
she's the only one that can incriminate him, right?
Nah, it's like her and her friend.
Her friend
It's her
that was
friend.
in the car.
If it's her friend, come on.
They,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
say that the
I was
friend
like
is
3 people in
being
the car.
hushed.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like
you know
3
what
people in
I'm
the car.
There's enough money around to keep friend quiet.
See, I don't know too much about that story.
Like,
Didn't
keep
even
nobody-
comment on it. But
if
shout
I'm-
out to
if I'm
Quarantine
Meg-
Radio,
if I'm
Tory
Meg Thee
Lanez.
Stallion, I would do the same thing.
Quarantine.
Shout out to that shit. That shit is live.
Quarantine radio is
Live.
It is going crazy. But yeah, that's all we got for today. Tyrone, I want you to sign us off, brother.
Yeah, man, that's the end of episode 5, Unapologetic Gentlemen. Please follow us on all our social medias. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll be back with another one, man.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
We're gonna be on.
Appreciate y'all, man.
We're gonna be on this week. Tune into the Instagram this week so that you guys can vote
Subscribe.
on our topics next week, man. We really need you guys to interact with us. Let us know what you guys want to hear, and we're gonna come at you every Monday
8
from
p.m.
now on.
Every Monday, 8 p.m. We dropping a new
Subscribe.
episode. Episode 5 will drop this Monday. Episode 6 next Monday, and therefore. So
Rock with us.
let's go.